Hey guys, how's it going? Before we dive into today's video, I just want to first and foremost say thank you so much for all the love and support on my most recent video. I didn't really expect this channel to do anything. I just kind of wanted to show you what I carry every day. A lot of these other channels on here and videos, they're all sponsored posts, companies sending them stuff. This is all stuff that I've bought and tested throughout my life and that I personally rely upon every single day. So just seeing all that support my most recent video was really cool. I'm just really excited to see this channel grow. So now let's go into today's video. I mainly want to go over why I specifically carry a Leatherman Curl. I've always tried to carry a multi-tool throughout my life, starting with small Victorinoxes, like small Swiss Army knives, navigating all the way up to Leathermans and everything in between. So before I dive into the Leatherman Curl, I want to first go over some of these other multi-tools that I really kind of tested for a long time. If you want to skip straight to the Leatherman Curl, I will list timestamps in the video, so you just skip right ahead. So first off, I kind of want to go over the Leatherman Free P2. So I really enjoyed carrying the Leatherman Free P2, and I carried this on and off for a couple of years. I really liked it because it's one-hand accessible due to how it's set up with magnets. So this little groove right here, I would just stick my pinky in, and you can kind of just flick it out. Sorry, it's not much room here to do it, but this kind of acts like a ballad song, as it's just very kind of fidgety with that magnetic system. It's a really cool multi-tool because all the tools can be accessed from the outside. So unlike other Leathermans, including the Curl you have to open up and access all the tools from inside the handle, so you always have to open it up. On the Free P2, you can access everything from the outside. You just push your finger in this groove and push down. I will say it's not the most easy mechanism. Like if I just wanted that can opener, I still have to shove it all out and then kind of select it. But it's not the worst thing in the world, and I do like how you can access everything without opening it. I typically use this tool mainly for the knife, which I will say it did get a little rusty on me, and I'm not even a sweater, and I just pocket carried this in my pocket, so a little bummed to see that rust spots on the blade, but it's not a big deal. I really enjoyed this because this one came with a pocket clip. I did take off the one that's on my Curl. It came off here, so that's why it's missing a pocket clip. But I really enjoyed carrying this. Really nice deep carry in the pocket. It's a fairly lightweight multi-tool. It's a little heavy. But I mainly use this, like I said, for the knife, the scissors, and then also the Phillips head screwdriver. One thing to note why I kind of stopped carrying the Free P2, or not why I stopped carrying, but kind of one kind of irk about me about this multi-tool, is it doesn't have a bit driver. So a lot of Leathermans have bit drivers, and they come with bit kits, so you can swap in different type of bits. This one, unfortunately, does not have it, which this is a full-size multi-tool. I'm kind of surprised they went with just a sculpted Phillips head instead of having the bit set, but it's neither here nor there. But I really enjoyed carrying it, and like I said, this is the Leatherman Free P2. Another tool I carried for a long while was a Victorinox Deluxe Tinkerer. So this is very similar to the really popular Tinkerer model. This one just adds a couple more features, and the main feature it adds is a small set of pliers. I really like having pliers on my EDC just for random miscellaneous tasks, but I found these were just a little too small for me, a little too delicate. I mean, they're just held in with this tension just with this little piece of, I mean, it's light metal right there. There's not much work you're going to be doing with these. You might be able to put a splinter, but these are basically tweezers at this point. It's not really much of a good type of plier heads. But this has a lot of other tools on it, such as screwdrivers, scissors, can openers. I mean, it's pretty big. It's a little big to carry in the pocket. That's why I added this small dangler, so it just would ride in my pocket like that. And I replaced the scales with my Carta handle scales off of Etsy. I really liked carrying this. Like I said, I kind of stopped just due to that little flimsy pliers. I mean, these aren't really going to do much work for it, and they're non-locking, so you're not really going to be doing any crazy tasks with those. I then moved on to trying to carry a super small multi-tool, and this is the SOG PowerPint. I really like the size of this. It's kind of like a Leatherman Juice, if you guys ever remember those. I really like the size of it, and it had a lot of tools, like even, once again, on the outside, but these are really hard to open. But I don't know, the quality is just not there on this little fella. I mean, it just feels really cheap. I feel like I could almost break it when it's together. When you have it open, there's give. Like I don't know, it feels really, really cheap metal. Just, I don't know, wasn't a fan of it. So, sorry, goodbye, SOG PowerPint. After the PowerPint, I still try to slim down my EDC some more, and I started carrying a small pair of Knipex pliers. These are really cool. The teeth open up really wide. You can get in a lot of things. They're extremely small. I carried them in a leather slip, and I just wrapped the handles with goon tape, just a little bit more comfortable. But I don't know. I found I missed so many of the tools on the Leatherman. I love the scissors. I love the screwdriver. So I really enjoyed carrying these Knipex, but I just didn't have enough functionality for me. Enter the source of the video, the Leatherman Curl. I never really knew too much about the curl. I heard about it, but never went out of my way to pick one up. And one day I was just at a pawn shop and I saw this on the counter for a really reasonable price. I think I picked it up for like 40 bucks. And it was missing the pocket clip. That's why I added it for my free P2. And after looking at it, it looks identical to the Leatherman Wave. I mean, if you showed a picture, you couldn't even tell them apart. The only difference between this and Leatherman Wave are really two things. I guess two and a half. The Leatherman Wave has tools on the opposite side, while the curl does not. The curl is just a flat piece of metal folded over. The Wave has, I think, another saw blade and another file, while this just has a knife and like the file. That doesn't bother me because I never really used that anyways. I mean, how often am I using a serrated saw in my day-to-day life? I'm not really going out in the woods, cutting down tree branches, so I don't really need it. So without those tools on there, it brings down the weight a little bit, and that's what I really like. It's a lighter weight multi-tool. Another thing different from the Wave is when we open this up, these tools that are in here, these are non-locking. So they're held in with just a detent. But that detent is so strong. I mean, it's kind of hard to tell in video, but there's a lot of pressure for me to even push it right back in. So I don't think these tools will ever fail you on that lock. Another thing that's a little bit different from the Wave is I don't believe the Wave comes with a pocket clip. There's a little extension where you can add and put a pocket clip in, but this one actually comes with it installed. Like I said, mine was missing. This is for my free P2, but it should be the exact same. It's a pretty nice deep carry pocket clip too. I put this in my front left pocket, and I usually forget it's there. I really like it. The only problem with the left-hand pocket carry, I will notice this tool sometimes does try to work its way open a little bit in my pocket, but not a really big deal. I've really enjoyed carrying this curl. Only thing I wish it had was I wish it had a small bit driver for like sunglasses and eyeglasses, that really small screwdriver. But what's cool about the curl is even being like a budget model, it comes with that bit driver. And like I said, I much prefer this bit driver over the sculpted screwdriver head on the free P2. Because if you damage this one, you'll have to send in the whole tool of the Leatherman. If you damage this, you'll just get a new bit. So I really like that, like the options there. And I'll show you again how tight that lock is. It's not locked, it's that detent, but I mean, there's some pressure to it to fail. I mean, I really like this tool. Like I said, it's a little bit lightweight compared to, as it lost some of the tools compared to the Wave. It has everything I need, pretty much nothing I don't. I mean, one-hand axable blade. I mean, I just really, really like this. And this is the Leatherman Curl. And what's cool about the Curl is it's coming in significantly cheaper than the Wave. So unless you just need the really robust tool, I would go for like the Wave or the Surge. But if you just need a really good everyday carry multi-tool that's plier based, I don't think you can go wrong with the Leatherman Curl. I think it's really slept on in the EDC community. I mean, this is the Wave's little brother that performs just as well as he does. I really, really like it. I'll put some links in the description if you want to purchase one. And I think if you're in the market for one, I say go for it. Once again, guys, thanks for watching. This has been the Leatherman Curl. Please like and subscribe the video below as it really, really helps out the channel. And I can't wait to see you on the next one.